Welcome to meditation. I'm Sujantra. And in one of the earlier meditation explorations, we were talking about past lives and the whole idea of reincarnation, which is, to my mind, a great way to make sense of what we see in the world. And I think that's one thing that we strive to experience while we're alive, is to make sense of the experience that we're in. So in some respects, we see really clear cause and effect. I touch something that's hot and, I pull my hand away. Fire creates heat. I drink water. It gives me a sense of health. So cause and effect, things that work together, or we understand nature. We understand how the wind works, how gravity works, etc. And then when we get into the world of our human experience, morality, ethics, why some things happen to some people, why some people seem to have bad luck, or someone gets an illness, someone else doesn't. Someone has great good luck, they have good fortune, someone else doesn't seem to. And so when we look and see all these things that in many respects don't really make sense, why does the person who does evil or who lies, why do they get ahead, or why do it seems to benefit them when we were raised and taught that lying is not a good thing. And so this is where the idea of multiple lifetimes comes in, and the idea that a core principle, like in the Bible, for example, as you reap, so you sow, or as you sow, so you reap. You plant seeds, one day you get a crop. So as you sow your seeds, as you take actions, so will you reap. You'll get the results of those things. And we all feel that you probably through your meditation, you can feel it on a personal level. For example, if you get really angry with someone, you're sowing anger. You foster this anger within yourself, and then you aim it at someone. But you also reap it because you've cultivated that anger inside yourself. So even though you've expressed it at someone, that anger is still in you. And so now you're having to deal with what we would say the karma of your own actions. So this is the idea: as you sow, so you reap. And so then the idea of the multiple lifetimes is a way to try to grasp the big picture of what is happening in life, because there's an interconnectedness that we don't see between people and places and events that we couldn't see. When we see someone for the first time, we can't see their entire past. We can't see their entire childhood. We just see this moment of someone. And so we have a very narrow frame, and that can apply to this life, but we can also expand that and say, okay, what if there are multiple lives? Maybe there's many, many things we're not seeing about somebody or a situation. And so in one of the books I wrote called Paths Are Many, Truth Is One, I have a chapter on reincarnation. And so the book talks about the different world's religions and common themes. And the reincarnation one was one I was looking for in the Bible, in the Bible. And the place where I found it, the reference to it, a little bit of a veiled reference, was in terms of and this gets into Christian belief system, so it's within the Bible, and what the old prophets, so the Old Testament prophets were prophesying the coming of the Messiah, who the Christians believe is Jesus. So the Old Testament prophet said there will be a great Messiah that will come. And so again, within the Christian belief system, that Messiah shows up to be Jesus. But the old prophets, the great prophet Elijah, he dies in the Old Testament. But the prophets say that before the Messiah comes, Elijah will return. Elijah will return. And so not like return from being out of town, he will return from the dead and to welcome in the Messiah. And so Jesus' disciples in the Bible, they know this from having studied the Old Testament. And they say to Jesus, if you're the Messiah, where's the return of Elijah? Because that was prophesied that Elijah would return before the Messiah comes. And so then Jesus says that John the Baptist is the reincarnation of Elijah. And so that, so there you have it. There's some biblical scripture on that very topic. And I have my book. Oh, I don't have it here. My Paths Are Many, Truth Is One. And that's the book that's in. So what we'll do in our meditation this morning is we will go into our meditation, and then in the depths of it, we can play around with the feeling of this life and see if we can expand that. So, it's one thing to talk about past lives and to conjecture and wonder and be fascinated by it. But another way to delve into it is to say to yourself, okay, if I want to feel if I lived in past lives, how strong is my feeling that I'm alive right now? So rather than conjecture about past lives, how can I feel fully alive in this lifetime? The idea being that if I can feel fully alive now, then I can expand that to the past and the future. So let's dive into our meditation, sitting up nice and straight. And let's bring our hands up to cactus arms. So arms are like that. Fingers spread wide. And let's link our hands and our breath. So on the inhale, fingers go wide and open the mouth. Exhale, close the mouth, squeeze the hands. And let's add in the eyes also. So inhale, eyes wide, mouth open. Exhale, jaw closes, eyes, and just scrunching your face. Just working a lot of muscle groups, waking up our nervous system. Inhale, eyes, mouth, fingers. Exhale, fingers, mouth, eyes. One more. Now this time on inhale, just open your hands comfortably. Move the jaw side to side. Flutter your eyes a few times, and then let your eyes gently close. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, arms go wide. Exhale, slowly bring the hands to touch. So fingertip to fingertip, thumb to thumb, pointer to pointer, slowly moving the hands towards each other. Inhale wide. Exhale. So you're becoming aware of your body in space. You're not looking to guide your fingers towards each other. You're feeling it. Go at your own breath cycle. Inhales are big, wide openings. Exhale, hands come together. So move in with the breath. One more. And with the hands together, fingertips touching. Line them up. Hold your hands there. Touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Breathe slowly. And one by one, be aware of the tip of your tongue touching the roof of your mouth, thumbs touching, pointer fingers, middle finger, ring, pinky. Now try and do all 6, including your tongue, at once. Then gently let your hands down to your thighs. You can lean back, and we'll move into conscious relaxation. This technique is accompanied by slow, controlled breathing. As you breathe in, become aware of the muscles in your forehead and around your eyes. As you exhale, let those muscles release and relax. Inhale awareness of the muscles in your cheeks and jaw. Exhale, releasing. Breathe in awareness of your chest and shoulders. Exhale, releasing. Breathe in awareness of your belly. Belly goes out as you breathe in. As you exhale, draw your belly button in towards your spine. Now move into concentration. Become aware of your eyeballs. Move your eye. Your head doesn't move. Your eyelids are closed, but moving your eyes up, looking down, to the left, to the right, back up, down, and now a middle point, somewhere between up and down that's comfortable for you, and actively gazing into the back of your eyelids. Add in an awareness of breath moving in and out through your nose or your mouth. So the stillness of your eyeballs, feeling of breath. Now to get our imagination working or augmented, in your mind's eye, visualize your favorite fruit or vegetable. Try and use as many senses as you can. What does the vegetable look like, taste like, smell like? Maybe there's a sound when you peel it or cut it. And what does it feel like? Texture, either touching it or eating it. Now choose a place that you like to go or like to be. Could be in your house, outside, in nature, could be a place you've been, and use the same technique. What does the place look like, sound like, smell like, taste, feel like? Now, you're going to use your imagination to amplify your experience of this moment. So now your eyes are still closed, but use your mind's eye to visualize the room you're in. Be aware of sounds, feelings, taste, touch, smells. And be specific about what you're seeing in your mind's eye. So what do you see if you look straight ahead in your mind's eye of your room or your space you're in? Then look over to the left, over to the right. And then behind you, your physical eyes can't see behind you, but in your mind's eye, you can. So what's directly behind you? And now amidst all this imagining and senses coming in, Focus in on your sense of self, the you, that deep sense of you that is observing all these sensations, observing thoughts, observing sensations, visualizing, imagining. Just focus in on the feeling of you. Focus in more and more deeply on this feeling of self. Now in your mind's eye, starting from this moment, your current physical body, scan back slowly in time, maybe in 10-year intervals or 5-year intervals, whatever you like, back, feeling your consistent sense of self, but seeing how your body has changed or your environment has changed, and go all the way back to the earliest you can remember. Even if it's just remembering pictures you've been shown of yourself. But hold on to that feeling of self while going back in time through different scenarios and bodies you've been in, your different bodies. And now do the same thing, but this time moving forward and project extremely positively. So all best case scenarios, just project yourself forward with your body aging and in a beautiful way till you're a very, very old person, but still same sense of self. And now, just like you can take a piece of string, so this string of our life, and now you're going to turn it into a circle by taking that string in your mind and linking it into a circle. So the infant and the very, very old person join together, and then there's a big circle that just goes around and around. And let your imagination go in that complete circle. Either forward, try it first forward, so from infancy all the way to agedness and then back to infancy. Again, visualizing yourself the whole time, over and over. And then if you like, go the other direction. Go backwards from agedness, old age, to infancy, and go around and around. And now for the final part of the meditation, in your mind's eye, have this big circle going, this circle of life, and just feel yourself in the center of it, the self that's here right now, this feeling of being that's constant, consistent, while the wheel goes around and around. Now, to come out of this meditation where we've used our mind's eye and our imagination quite a bit, you want to be sure to ground yourself really well as you come out of this. So become aware of your body in whatever chair or however you're sitting. Open your eyes just enough to let in some light. All the while holding on to this sense of self, but drawing this sense of self, surrounding it with impressions in this moment. Opening your eyes more, taking in more visual sensation, more auditory sensation, awareness of your body, moving your body a little bit. Okay, one thing I suggest, if you enjoyed this technique, I myself created a small photo album of 5x7 pictures or smaller. That is a series of photographs of myself. Maybe there's 10 in there, um, through the different phases of my life. And sometimes I just like to flip through that and just feel that consistent sense of self that's always been there, and just feeling that continuity, even as the body ages, as the body changes and shifts, circumstances shift, people come and go from this world, that consistent sense of self. And so that can be a nice physical representation of this exercise. All right, wonderful meditating with everyone. The light within me bows to and respects the light.